Many times in our lives, the most difficult thing to do is to walk by faith and not because of other people. Let's talk about it. Hello, and welcome to another Workflow Devotion with Darrell and Arlene. I'm Dr. Darrell Gadsden. I pray that you had a wonderful Father's Day weekend, that you were able to celebrate with the Father that's involved in your life, that you were able to pass some nuggets to Him after all of the nuggets that He has passed along to you. I hope that you were able to spend some time at a Bible-based church where you were able to hear something that you could bring away from the church and take into your own community. Well, today we're going to talk about a subject that is really important. It's important to each and every one of us, especially those of us that are followers of Christ. Today's subject matter is actually going to be walking by faith and not because of people. Walking by faith and not because of people. I want you to go to St. Matthew's, the 9th chapter, and in there, there's a few things that we're going to look at what was going on with Jesus as He continued His ministry. Now, you have to understand, there will always be haters. There will always be people that may not understand what God has placed inside of you. And because they don't understand what God has placed in you, it is not their job to try and hold you up, meaning hold you up, and it's not your job to allow them to bring you down. You have a job to do that God gave you. He said to go and tell someone else about His goodness. So let's look at what Jesus did. So the Bible says, and I always say this, read it for yourself. The Bible says that Jesus went into a city that He knew, a city that He grew up in. It says that He entered into the city of His own. So He was among people that knew Him. But here's the thing, even though He was among people that knew Him, they could not believe in the things that He was doing. It was only a very few people that actually believed in Him, that had enough faith to believe in Him. Well, first of all, you must have faith to believe that what God has sent you to do, you are more than able to do it. I like to say that God does not call those that are already equipped. He equips those that are called. So what is the first thing He does in chapter 9? In chapter 9, the first thing He does when He comes into town is He heals a crippled person. A person that had been laying in his bed. He healed a crippled person. And what happened? The leaders got upset. All right, they complained about the fact that He healed a person that was sick, a person that was in a bed. What did He do next? He literally saw a tax collector named Matthew. And He asked Matthew to follow Him. The leaders again got upset. They came to a house and they said, why is He sitting down eating with sinners and these people? Who is He? Why? He thinks that He's all that, but He's not. He's sitting with sinners. They complained again. One of the city rulers came to Him because of the fact that his daughter had passed away. His daughter had died. But somehow this leader, this ruler in the city knew that if he could just come to Jesus, that Jesus had the ability to bring his daughter back to life. Now, obviously, he had heard that Jesus had done this sometime before. The Bible does not say it, but obviously for him to come to Jesus after his daughter was already dead to ask for help, Maybe he heard about Lazarus and how Lazarus had came out of the tomb. Or maybe he heard about the young man as they were traveling to take him to bury him, and he touched the thing that the young man was on, and he set up right among all of his family right there. Maybe he heard about that and says, I'm going to go to this man. We have to make sure that we do things that we do by faith. We follow Christ by faith. We believe by faith. But what happened here? Even then, the rulers got upset. They were upset again. So now, back to this man that his daughter had died. He literally, Jesus comes to the house, and the people are wailing. They're crying because of the death of this daughter. And Jesus tells them, she's okay. She's just asleep. They didn't understand because they knew that she was dead. But Jesus asked them to leave the room. He put them out because they were laughing at him about this situation. So what did he do? Once he removed them, sometimes you have to remove people from around you. There are some people that have no business being in your circle because they bring you down. He removed them because their faith was not where it needed to be. And then he raised the young girl up and brought the young girl to his mother. Well, the Bible says in chapter 9 that while he was on his way there was a woman that had an issue of blood for 12 years. 12 long years, has spent all of her money trying to take care of this issue that she had. And what did Jesus do? Jesus was just walking when she made up her mind that if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I will be made whole. She placed it within herself that I must do this. If I could just get to him. I know I'm not supposed to be there. I know that I am unclean. I know I'm supposed to go around and saying unclean, unclean. I know that there's a chance that someone will see me and stone me to death because I'm not supposed to be here. But because of the faith that I have in him, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I will be made whole. And when she touched him, he now knew that virtue came out of him. And he turned to her and said, daughter, your faith has made you whole. And the people, the leaders, again, they were upset with him. After making a woman whole, after healing her, they were still upset with him. So now he goes and he opens the eyes of two blind men. He asked them, do you believe? Do you have the faith to believe that I can do this? And they say yes, and he opens up their eyes. And what does the leaders do again? This time they went even farther. They called him a devil. They said that he was opening up the blind eyes by the prince of the devil himself. Sometimes in the walk that we walk, we have to realize that we must walk by faith, walk by the faith of what God has placed inside of each and every one of us, and not by people. Don't allow someone to put you out there where you should not be. You stay within the lane that God has given you, and God will bless you every step of the way. So again, I say, walk by faith and not by people. That's what Jesus did. He did what he did because of what the Father had placed in him. And because of what the Father had placed in him, the Father has also placed in us the ability to do some things if we believe. So, will you believe? Will you hold on to God's unchanging hand? Will you believe that he's more than able to do all the things that he said he can and will do? If you believe that, hold on to that faith no matter what no one says, because God will always see you through. Through his Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross and paid the price so that you and I can speak directly to the Father through the Son. Well, I pray that this message is touching someone. Someone out there needed to hear that all you have to do is have the faith that God will do what God says he will do. It may not come when you want him. That's what the old song says, but he's always on time. If he closes a door, it's because of the fact that you don't need to go through it. So, well, this has been another workflow devotion with Darrell and Arlene. I pray that God will continue to pour into your life. Don't worry about your haters. You need them as stepping stones to go to the next level that God has for you. Share the video with someone else. Watch us on YouTube. Just be where you need to be so that God can do what he needs to do in your life. And don't worry about those that won't believe you, even if they're in your family or if they're in the city where you are. If they're at your workplace, you don't have to worry because God has you in his hand. Until Friday, God bless you. Bye. Remember, walk by faith and not by sight. If God took you to it, he's more than able to bring you through it. God bless you. Bye.